Hi guys, it's Dakota. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to my new witch cottage that is not done yet. It is almost done, but it is not done yet. We got the inside done, um, but I've only just yesterday started hanging stuff on the walls, and because I've been moving the furniture around like crazy trying to get a comfortable space for myself, I'm still not 100% that this is how it's going to be. But again, I'm not done. Obviously, I've got bare walls everywhere. I haven't put up everything yet. If you hear some not if you hear music, that's my music playing, but if you hear like this background hum, it would be this right there, which is a floor unit, heating and air conditioning unit, and it's just very loud, and I apologize for that. I have to have heating and air in here, so this room is small, and that's why it's like extra loud. But there is a set of double doors, and on one side of the room, which is where I am now, is where I have my working table where I'll be doing my crafting and things that I want to show you in that respect. And then on the other side of the door is where I just have my area when I'm just talking and yapping and doing videos that way. So it's less noisy over there, but it's just as noisy, I think. So I do apologize for that, and if this video turns out like really loud or whatever, I'll have to try to figure something else out. I don't know what I can do, but anyway, we'll figure it out. So anyway, today what I wanted to do, I'm going to be showing you a magical working or a spell work that I have decided to do for myself, based on everything that is going on today in today's world with the pandemic and just everything else, all the stuff. A lot of chaos going on, a lot of chaos going on. And I consider myself a pretty strong woman. I think that I'm pretty resilient. I know for a fact that I have some giant walls of protection, and I've got some shielding going on, and perhaps even maybe a little bit too thick. Maybe those walls are just a little bit too thick. But here's the thing, with everything that's going on, there are some things that have really gotten to me. And I have tried to breathe it in and let it go. And I've done some meditation. I've done some tarot. I've talked to my guides and done journey work, etc., to try to just get this cleared up. But I have found myself being a little sad and a little depressed by some of this, not just some of the stuff that's going on, but by some of the reactions of people, because and I for one, and me as well. I mean, I'm not exclusive from this. I know I have said things that probably I should not have, but you get to a point where you're just like, gosh, and so I don't like that. I don't like that in myself. And so I decided that I was going to do something to kind of hopefully help me, with a newfound energy. And so I saw a picture of a lemon, and I don't know if it was a spell or not. It didn't say. It was a picture of a lemon. And something clicked in my head. And I thought, you know what? That resonates with me on this level. Now, for those of you that know, I am not a root worker. I'm not a conjurer worker. That's not my line of practice. However, I love that line of practice. I do. It does. It resonates with me. I think I mentioned in one of my videos that I don't even know if this is a thing. I don't know if this is a thing, but if it's not a thing, I've never heard of it as a thing. I mean, I've heard people mention it, but I've never seen anything on it as it being a thing. And that is, well, I call it swamp witchery, bayou witchery. I don't know what else to call it, but I love that. I love the feel of the bayou and swamps. And what's really weird is I've never been. I've never been to the bayou. I've never been to the swamps. We have some swamps here, and they stink. They smell. So I don't. And you know, there's creatures that live in swamps, and I'm not fond of being bit by any kind of water moccasin snake or alligator, crocodiles, whatever lives in the swamps. But I'm really drawn to the energy. I'm just drawn to that energy. Not because it's dark and gloomy. No, that isn't why. That being said, I have a couple of conjurers, they call themselves, or root workers, medicine men, um, that that I know personally. One actually will mentor me if I ask specific questions. And I really love that because it's a teaching process. Now, I know, and I teach in my class that you shouldn't be doing something if you don't know the roots of it and you don't have a foundation and all of that. So when I work with my mentor, and he knows that I work based on that. So therefore, it is the work that he gives me, and he gives to me in a foundational, structured type of way, if that makes sense. He doesn't just say, "Oh, do this. This is great." He doesn't do that. In fact, he doesn't do the work for me. He just gives me suggestions, and uh, and tells me their way, you know. So for that, I'm grateful, and I'm enjoying it. You know, there's a few things that are different for me, and and he gets that, and so there's a few things that I'm not ready to that don't resonate with me as far as that work goes. And so we don't use that because you don't have to. And that's where my witch practice comes into play. So it's sort of that combo, you know, it's kind of neat. So anyway, so the lemon spell. So here's my lemon. And I had got this lemon. Actually, I got this lemon for something that I was going to do for our summer solstice, our midsummer ritual, and I changed my mind. It wasn't something that I decided not to do it. So it's just kind of been sitting on my counter, and I've just been enjoying looking at the lemon, and I love that it has a cute little stem on it and everything, and so I actually, what I was going to do with it, I was going to dry it out and use the peel for, you know, to have the peel for other things, incense and just different magical workings and stuff. So one of the things that I was asked to do was to actually look up lemon. And I found out that lemons are really extremely a very magical, powerful magical item because they are very powerful in their scent and their taste. I mean, if you taste a lemon, woo, that's some power, right? I mean, that's some power. And lemons can be used for all kinds of things. They can be used for hexing and cursing because, you know, it does have that bitter sour. But here's the thing, they can also be used to bring clarity, and you can use them for creativity and purification, cleansing, all of those things. And those were the things that I was looking for. Well, it just so happens, as you know, that I happen to work with fire, and I'm also a summer person. I'm a Gemini, so I'm a summer girl all the way, California all the way. Hey, California friends. And so the fact that this lemon came to light for me, and it was based on a picture that I saw, it really made sense to go ahead and do this. So the color alone, being yellow, corresponds with the sun. And even though summer solstice, the date has passed, we're still in the season. And so we're still in the season of midsummer, summer solstice, whatever you want to call it. And so it's a summer fruit. It's yellow, which corresponds with the sun, and it also corresponds with fire. Yellow corresponds with fire, as does red. And so that was pretty awesome. That like synchronicities, it just happened. So I think there was a reason why I saw that picture and why it resonated with me so much. There was no information, by the way, on the picture. It was just a picture, and it struck me. And so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing this spell work, with everything that's going on in the world, all the chaos, the virus, and just everything, I'm a pretty resilient person. I do a lot of protection. I have a lot of walls and shielding going on, warding going on. I have some pretty thick, strong boundaries going on. I think in my business I have to. And like I said, I'm pretty strong and I'm pretty resilient. And a lot of times I can work through things. I breathe through things, meditate, talk to my guides, do journey work, talk with my ancestors, do some magical workings or whatever. And I can pretty much just, move on about my day. Or if it's a lesson, I'll use that lesson, try to get the lesson out of whatever it is that's happened. But here lately, I've been really feeling my emotions, and I really don't, it is not serving my highest good. Let's put it that way. It's not serving my highest good. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to, instead of just doing like a releasing spell, I wanted to do something that would encourage clarity, that would, however, if lemon juice, pure lemon juice, if you squeeze it on wood or sometimes a fabric or plastic, stuff like that, it'll actually like burn it or melt it. So it can do damage. I mean, it can do damage. It can, and it's fire, so it can release as well. I think it might do that on its own. I don't think that I would need to set an intention to, burn this away, because I think the strength of the lemon and the power of the lemon will take care of itself. So what I decided to do with this lemon was to do a healing and a clarity, to do a cleansing, to do I've got some other things here, gratitude, and just those types of things. So so that's what I'm going to do. And with lemons, if you close your eyes and you just visualize a lemon and you just think about the lemon, like you can smell it, you can visualize it. We all know what the lemon tastes like. And just through that, we're sort of evoking the magical properties and the power of the lemon. So that's kind of a cool thing to know. If you're out and about and you need that specific energy, you need the energy of the lemon, and you don't have one right handy, you could do just a visualization, and something like that. So we know that lemons are used for all kinds of things. They are used for cleansing counters. They're in bath products. They're in hair products. You can wash your floors with them. You know, yourself, people use them on their skin, kind of thing. And so it does on its own. I think that it kind of gets rid of that energetic BS, just the CRAP that we deal with on a daily basis. So I really like the lemon. And so it sort of drives away those things that don't serve us. And that's what I wanted to use this for. Okay, the other thing too I want to mention, I just see it here on my notes. Using this in, just get some distilled water, put it in a bottle, squeeze a lemon juice in there, shake it up, and you have a nice cleansing spritzer. Spritz the house. You can spritz, put a couple spritz in your laundry, or a drop or two of lemon juice in with your laundry or your dryer, and it smells fresh and lemony, and it cleanses. You know, it's sort of a cleansing thing. And one of the things that I don't want to forget is lemon is a must-have with margaritas, and salt. So you got those two cleansing things. All right, so the energy is that of clarity and cleanliness and light based on summer solstice and fire. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put you on pause. I'm going to get set up here, and I'm going to show you the spell work that we're going to do. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm all set up. I'm going to start by, let's do the herbs first. Okay, I'm going to start with the herbs first. All right, so I am going to use St. John's wort, because what it does is it wards off negative energy, and it instills courage. So this is the, I hope you can see that. I don't know. I hope it's not too bright. And I'm going to use 3 pinches because I work in 3s. So it would be 3, 6, or 9, etc. Then the next thing I'm going to use is lemon balm. I don't know if you can see these. I hope you can. This is lemon balm, and this is used to ensure success. And so I want my spell work to be successful. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. Next, I'm going to use Motherwort because it is for growth of inner trust and knowing, and it's also for protection, and also for counter magic. So I'm going to use this because, like I said, there's just people are unhappy right now, and I'm just going to put some in there for good measure. So I'm just doing pinches, 3 pinches of Motherwort. And by the way, you know, the herbs are good for all kinds of things. I mean, it's not just these intentions that I'm telling you. These are just some of the intentions. The next I'm going to use is Horehound, and that helps to obtain mental clarity. Could definitely use that. Oh, this is getting loud again, my music. That was 2, and there's 3. And I do sell all these herbs at my shop. Plug, plug. The next thing I'm going to use is Juniper Berries, or Juniper Berries, because they're good. It's good to, it helps attract healthy energies and spirits. So we've done some protection of, and now we're going to add the healthy ones in. All right. So I'm just putting, you know, 3 pinches of the juniper berries in. I'm going to add jasmine flowers. Yeah, it's in a big bag because I use a lot of jasmine. Jasmine's good for all kinds of things. It's good for love and friendship and stress, harmony, anxiety, all kinds of things. So I'm using some jasmine. I am using, this is red sandalwood. I hope you can see it. Oops, got a red sandalwood. And I'm using that as an offering to the gods and the spirits because I am asking for their help. So I'm going to put that in there. The other thing that I'm going to put in, this is tobacco that my friend just gave me for my birthday. I always am willing to accept tobacco, and here in North Carolina we have tobacco fields, and I usually ask the farmers after they harvest, when it's time to harvest, if I can have a leaf or two. They're always willing to, to give it to me. They don't understand why. Like, what is this crazy girl doing? I'm like, no, I'm not smoking it. Usually I just tell them that I'm using it for a project. So I'm just putting, I just want to put a little bit more. It would be 3, but that one was kind of chintzy, so I'm just going to add a little bit more for the 3. So the tobacco is good for the ancestors and also for the offering. And then I'm going to use, this is Frankincense Resin. Hope you can see that. And I'm going to use, I'm going to put 3, if I can get them out here. So I'm going to use 3 chunks of the resin, frankincense resin, because it's for purification and all of that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of mix these up a little bit. And since I'm trying to bring these things in to me, I am twisting my pestle in a diesel or clockwise motion, and I'm stirring it in a clockwise motion because for me that is drawing in. So that's what I'm doing. I forgot one thing. Let me grab it over here. Oh. Okay. Sorry. My chicory root I use in almost everything. It is, as I mentioned, and I mentioned it probably in every one, it's a great remover of obstacles or a road opener. So I'm doing 3 pinches of chicory root, and I almost forgot this. This is slippery elm, which I really like. Slippery elm is good to, let's just say, I'll let you look that up. No, it is good for halting gossip and talk and all of that. There's so much stuff going on Facebook and other social media. People are losing friendships and family members all over this, all over somebody's opinion. I mean, people are entitled to their opinions, and if you don't agree with it, so don't do it. All right, so there is my mixture. It smells good. All right, so that's my mixture. All right, be right back. Gonna put you on pause again, maybe if I can get this thing fixed. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got my white-handled knife, my bowling. I guess it's a bowling. It's not. Yeah, it's a bowling. And I'm making a slice through the lemon, just through this top part of the lemon. Okay, and then I've got this little scooper duper thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to scoop out as much of the lemon as I can. So I'm just cutting it and trying to scoop it out. I'll be right back. I don't want to make this a big long video. Okay, so what I did was I got it all scooped out. I had to go outside because it was sticky and squirting all over. So now it's open, okay? And what I'm going to do is I am going to, see how I can do this. I'm going to put all of my herbs into the lemon. I'm just going to stuff them in there. Just like that. Oh, good, that thing turned off. Whew. That was really loud. All right. All right. So it doesn't look very pretty. Got a little wet towel here. Oops. Knocked the stem off the top. All right. So I'm not going to worry about those herbs right now. So my herbs are inside of there. The last thing that I'm going to do is I want to anoint it with this Palo Santo. I'm putting 3 drops of Palo Santo in the lemon. This is a bay leaf. On the other side of this bay leaf is my intentions. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put 3 drops on it. I should have actually put that on the other side. I'm going to rub it on there on both sides. I'm going to put this in there. Just like that. Okay. All right, and here's the final thing. I don't know if you can see it, I've got a needle with some red thread, also to represent the sun. And all I'm going to do is sew this up. Doesn't really matter where it comes out at. You can't pull too hard. I just pulled hard and I cut the skin of the lemon. And you just stitch it up. And that seals your intention in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry. And I haven't really decided yet, but once it's dry, I'll call my friend and, oops, so you have to be really careful. I was supposed to use a different kind of thread, like thicker, but I didn't have any. So I just used regular thread. Something thicker like an embroidery thread would probably work better. So I'm just going to make this really very loose. But I'm not sure. I think I'm probably going to just let it dry on the altar, and when it's done, I'll probably bury it. So there you go. It's not very pretty, but I'll finish it up when we're done here, and that's it. So yeah. So hopefully you were able to see that. I'll just continue to seal it up, and I might come back and do a cross, a cross stitch on it, cross X's across the top, and everything is in there, sealed in there. And then when after it's dried, it will just shrivel up, hopefully, and not break those stitches. And then I'll probably just bury it, or I don't know. I asked him about the possibility of what if I open it and go ahead and give the herbs back, and then maybe just use the lemon peel for for those purposes. Not sure. I don't think so. I'm not feeling that. I'm probably going to end up just burying it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. This went a little bit longer than I always say that. I keep telling you I'm not going to say that again. There's that ugly air conditioner. I'm going to have to find something else to cover it with. It's ugly. Anyway, so yeah, I keep saying I'm not going to say that anymore because my videos are always long. But anyway, it is what it is. And so there you have it, a lemon spell, and all the herbs that are in there are for all good things. Clarity, harmony, peace, helps with stress, love, just self-love, to remove any obstacles, to stop the slippery elm is just to stop that the arguing, just the arguing and everything, and just to bring some harmony about. So hopefully that'll work. And hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.